I arrived in the beginning of January, and
Okay.
then classes started mid to late January. About a week before I contacted Carla is when classes ended up stopping at the university.
Tonight, the pandemic has exploded to well over 250,000 cases worldwide and more than 11,000 deaths. Thousands of Americans want to get back to the U.S. but can't.
Thailand is set to ban all travelers as it imposes a state of emergency to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, it's closing its doors to all but Thai citizens and foreigners with a work permit.
All the restaurants on my street shut down, but there were no more announcements from the government. So I was kind of confused. I was like, do they know something we don't know? The next day is when they announced that they were going to go into a state of emergency and then the potential for martial law. I was just very nervous about political tensions. You couldn't publish anything about COVID-19 because they were worried about false news being spread. They weren't screening people at the airport like they said they were. It was very tumultuous and I was getting really nervous.
Hi, my name is Jacquelyn. I'm an Advanced Studies Scholarship recipient. I'm currently in Thailand because I was doing a semester abroad here. Yesterday, the government announced that they're going to implement a state of emergency tomorrow because of the COVID-19 virus. And I was working with Carla, my scholarship coordinator, yesterday, and we both decided that it's best for me to leave, and she was able to work with me and help me book a flight home for tonight. Thank you so much, Carla. You're a lifesaver, literally.
But I saw her email and it came in at like 3 a.m. our time. And so I was like, okay, she needs help.
At first I told her, I'm fine, Thailand's not as bad. And then it was just like, everything went wrong.
That's when I contacted Dan and Renee, ASF committee. And I told them, I think we need to get her home. And I said, can I do that?
I was really scared at the time. So I did want to leave immediately, but I was like, maybe I'm just thinking irrationally.
I contacted Jacquelyn back and started looking at flights to see what was available, and
flights were being canceled left and right. The anxiety of like waiting, because the state of the emergency was being announced in the morning and I was leaving at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Everyone was at the airport. It was packed. Everyone was in hazmat suits. It was a scene from a movie for sure. First I flew to Japan, and then they had rerouted me where I would have had to stay a night in Japan and travel to a different airport. Carla, I think, even had to call them, I believe, while I was on my layover in Japan. I was very nervous. I was like, if I just make it to San Francisco, like if the world goes into more chaos, I'm like in somewhere where I'm familiar with, I know I'm protected here, and I know where to get my food from.
I just arrived safely back in California. I'm so happy to be back, and a huge weight is lifted off my shoulders now that I'm back in familiar territory.
As soon as I got to the house and laid down, I was just like, I am so happy that Carla helped me to do this, because the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to this, I was anxious and not able to work on finals at all.
This has actually happened before, not emergency like this, where we've had to get a youth home. It was the best to know that I could ask, and I knew the answer would be yes, and I could make it happen for her.
I think that every experience I get stronger and more motivated to do this career that I want to do, work in fair trade fashion, where I might be exposed to, a sweatshop abroad, where I, don't know how to handle that situation. I feel more prepared. I never imagined life could be like this exciting, and I'm very happy, and I'm very motivated to continue on in this career path. I feel like Carla went above and beyond, and even the fact that she had offered, she had kind of hinted, if you need to get out, we'll get you out. You said, if you need anything, please let me know. I was like, you know what, like she might be able to help me, because I might have just stayed, like had she not been able to help, especially with how expensive lights were. I'm just really grateful. I really can't express it. I know this sounds cheesy, but honestly, Orangewood has made my dreams come true, or even more than my dreams come true, because I feel so grateful that I'm in this program, getting to go abroad, because coming out of, a foster situation, things being harder in life than you could anticipate, going through these awful things, everything seems more difficult, like just applying to community college was so hard for me. I feel like Orangewood did really help me every step of the way. Anytime I come to Orangewood with a problem, there's always a solution that someone has.